So, the last time we spoke, folks, I told you that it was going to be real deal. When I say real deal, it's not really, you should be alarmed because your alarming is just merely you paying attention. Now, I start off because the last time we talked, there was some cliffhanger things for you guys because you're into flash and foolishness. And because your life and your minds are programmed like a TV show, you were looking for that quick fix, right? You wanted to see something. I told you that the Most High was going to show you something miraculous, right? Something that you know that only His great hand could do. Hey, great one. Great one. We're going to be serious today because today we're going to talk about proclamations and decrees from the Most High. He is God. I give you all praise, Lord. And, you know, the interesting thing is the other day, you know, I issued some things that the Most High was, told you what He was going to do. And I'm sure that, that person never got back. And I find it very interesting that you came on to the channel. And this is serious. I'm not playing for here now. But you came on to the channel and you had a statement. Your statement was in your challenge. What I did was the Most High directed me to, because He wanted to establish that He is the Most High, folks. So in this proclamation today, I'm going to proclaim that He is God. He is God of the universe. He is God of all creation. He holds the heavens in His hands. Home of the great ones, my mentors. Honor y'all. And I told you guys that because of your miseducation, and it was understood on some level that, a lot of you just by default got caught up in this evil. You played it out, the narcissistic thing. We're going to get to a lot of things about this. That put you in the mindset where you went along with society, no matter what they were doing, no matter what you guys were doing, championing what God was saying all the time, knowing that He had things that you knew that you weren't supposed to be doing. And you said, I got time, I'll ride this out. Because that's what this comes down to, foolishness. You're fools when you don't understand that He is the Most High, folks. He is holding your lives. Now, that person that I issued the challenge to never came on the channel, like I was saying. I find it very interesting that you never came back and disclaim or disprove anything I was saying. Obviously, I'm not sure where you live at or anything. And that was my challenge to you personally. If you had come back on here like you did originally and said something to me, then, we could talk from this point because I'm certain that this thing occurred. Now, there was a storm, folks. I'm not sure if this applies to that person, but I'm certain that you know for a fact in your heart that not a single hair on your head was harmed. You looked out in the doghouse and the old Spot and the old Rex, they were okay, weren't they? The Most High has a great hand, folks, and that was an example to show you that His great precision, right? Imagine this, a great hurricane comes through and destroys everything, and everybody miraculously are not harmed. Now, if you don't realize that is a miracle, that was an example to show you that His great hand is holding your life, folks. But once again, like I said, because I understand this story now, it started to come more clearly to me. And a couple of days before I issued that challenge, I saw a video. Well, actually, I saw it afterwards, but I'm saying this video was dated a couple of days before I even issued the challenge. And there was some guy on, some organics guy. He was praying to God and he was crying out and he was saying, Lord, please hear me, Lord, because I know my heart is moved and I know that You're coming. I can feel it, Lord. And I was literally in tears because I said, Sir, He's answering your call, sir. He hears you, sir. You people put God in some type of imaginary context where you like to call on Him and say His name. I heard a lot of people use God's name in trivial ways this week. Something happens, you say, oh my God, That's the only time you say His name. But most of the time you're living and championing and uplifting all of this evil stuff. Now, I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time talking about all the stuff you haven't done, because we're going to get down to proclamations and decrees. And there are reasons. I try to tell you there's so many reasons, folks. But you all can go back in your literature and find some reference to some reason of why things should happen the way they are. If you're a commandeer, folks, if you're on a level where your vibrational level is harvesting dark energy, then you have to be done away with, folks. Because Mother Earth is going to raise her vibration regardless of what you do. Remember I said they're gods, folks. They do what they want. They have free will just like you. And when she raises her vibration, folks, those of you who are not capable of meeting that higher vibration, because it's going to happen regardless, you've had your time. See, the narcissist, and I'm trying to show you, I've realized that the demoniacs, the commandeering, is an example. And I heard some other great YouTuber speak on this about narcissism and how maybe that is that thing. You know, and like I said, it is that thing that's causing all the problems in society. Okay? So your selfishness and greed and all the stuff you've done, because the small number of you, maybe the majority of you, ignored that. Okay? God issued a warning to you, right? And because you're a narcissist and you are literally, many of you are demoniacs, you are going to stand your ground against God regardless of how much he shows you. Regardless of how much he shows you that he's holding your life. Now, I spent the last couple of days in great prayer, folks. I've been praying like I've never prayed before. I've been crying like I've never cried before, hence the shades. And I'm in great joy in my heart because it's time, folks. You understand that you're being suppressed on many levels, right? The evil that has taken you over has to be done away with, folks. Now, you're very greedy. And we're going to get to that because that's part of what God wants. I told you I've been doing a lot of prayer. You've been very greedy, folks. You haven't been sharing in the gifts that God has provided for you. I told you. I've even heard this on YouTube where I heard somebody, there was a song, I think it was by Daryl Hall, that was talking about crying out without tears. Y'all know that song. Y'all championed that song and made it a hit or something. The Hall, and I don't know. But it was called Crying Without Tears. See, many of you cry out without tears. I talked about that external thing that you guys do. We have to get some education going all throughout this. For the next series, the next 3 videos I do. But this particular video, you need education as well. Because what I want you guys to understand is that the reckoning is coming. You guys look at everything because of your basic minds from an external standpoint. I've been telling you this all this time. You go back in my archives, I've been saying this. Your external viewpoints is why you even believe that you can trick God or something. You're not that clever, folks. God knows all moves. God sees everything, like I told you. He can rewrite the whole story, and he has. I'm telling you right now, folks, because you still don't want to listen. You just saw a miracle. I will stand on it. I don't even know this person, haven't seen anything. I cut on the news maybe other day or something. I saw there was a storm, right? I'm not sure if it's relative to that, but you, that person, right? You should be going to 50 people because you have been given a great blessing by being spared. You challenged God because God wanted you to listen. You said some other message to challenge what he wanted you to hear. He gave you an example of his greatness, that he is holding your life, and now you're going to listen to what he needs you to do. Because it's going to be done regardless, folks. And actually, to be honest with you, this is an example. He loves you. God loves you so much that even in this final situation, folks, he's giving you chances. He keeps showing you, but it's showing you that there's something wrong with you. Because you keep seeing these chances and you're still trying to hold on. Like narcissists. Narcissists try to imagine some type of reality. You've done this bullshit too long. Karma is coming to play its hand, folks. Those of you who have sided with dark energy because you thought that this day wasn't coming. It's that time, folks. I'm going to give you examples. I'm not going to keep on giving you these examples, folks. Or I'm not going to keep on trying to, show you proof or something, because the Most High has the ultimate hand, folks. He has the ultimate hand of justice. He knows your hearts. That's another thing. Let me get to that, because it's so much. He knows your hearts, and this is very important, folks. You look at external things, like I was saying, and you're expecting this end or whatever, this great thing to happen. You're expecting it to come from some external means, and it will, because I've seen the army of God, and folks, let me tell you something, folks. The main component of how God is going to deal with you is going to be from the inside out. He is you. He's holding your soul, folks. That's why I told you. He's firmly positioning your hearts. When he does his chopping and doing away with the demons in your hearts, or those of you who have given yourselves a dark energy because you're waste, you can't rise to the heavens. The heavens and the earth will see a new place, folks. There will be a new day for residents of this society, folks. And I've been telling you this is coming. What do you think? You're going to be able to do evil and just continuously do this and do this and do this and create a cycle of evil, and that the great ones who are caretaking you, and speaking of them, the honor, you'll even try this last hour to go through them. Let me explain something to you, folks. The Most High is them, folks. Okay? You're seriously in disillusioned at this point. If you're going to try to, they're not even going to hear your prayers, folks. They're not even going to listen to you, folks. They don't honor you. You have to give your praise to the Most High, the Creator, in order for them to even consider anything for you. You see? You've had all of this time. I'm trying to show you. Now, I don't want to be all over the place with this. We got to get to the real points, folks. Proclamations. I proclaim that he is God. He is the creator. He holds the universe. I proclaim this. I've learned this. I'm learning the science. I have seen the Most High, folks. When you call out to him in your hearts, here's the new thing to this. The twist. And I'm going to show you. See it? And we'll see who the demoniacs are, because if you're willing to meet these terms, we know you want to see the heavens. Those of you who are not even going to attempt to see, I'm only talking to those in high vibration. I told you, I've done away with the demoniacs. You fucking fools will get the swift hand dealt. We're talking to people that can be saved. When you call out to the Most High in your heart, folks, okay, he will reveal his name, and I keep telling you. Okay, there's literature and text that you have around right now, you can get your hands on, that point to the truth of who the Most High is. But because you're fucking fools, and I don't want to waste time with this, I'm not getting into that. He will tell you, he is the ultimate authority. He holds your life and your soul. He passes the ultimate judgment, folks. If there's going to be a heavenly vibration shift, and you guys cannot meet that shift, you will be dealt and live where you vibrate, folks, which is in lower consciousness, the hellish worlds. So those of you who want to be saved, you're going to listen up. When you call out to the Most High, he will reveal his name, folks. Okay? Now, I will tell you something. In my prayer, the Lord's name has might, folks. His name is mighty. When you say his name, light will ring out, folks. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The power will come through you. You will cry. You will weep. You will sing out. It is the most incredible energy, Lord. Lord, thank you, God. It is the most incredible energy. And you will cry out, folks. When you call out to the source, the creator of all things, it is only truth in that one thing, folks. When you cry out to him, he will reveal his name. This is going to be very important. You see? He's situated in your hearts, folks. You can't do this externally. If you try to take this from some external level, then we can use his science, and you understand that Mother Earth, whom is my family, folks, whom is my mentor, folks, is holding your world. She is the rocks. You can run in the fucking caves and do all this stuff, and we're getting to that as we get into these videos. We'll get to that. But you can do what you want, folks. You can't do anything because you're the sand granules in the fucking goldfish bowl. But the worst of you will try to resist that reality. Okay? God has spared you, sir. God has spared any of you who are in that place. You have been spared. And he deserves all of your praises, folks. You're supposed to praise him, folks. You're selfish and you're in lower vibration. This way of life, this oppression, all of this demoniac foolishness is why people are in pain. The Lord is here to bring the justice. Are you on board or not? It's a simple thing. If you got any other, we're not talking about your doctrines, none of this bullshit. Because I know you like to play games, folks. Okay? Now, this is going to be the last time that I'm going to do this. And I'm telling you, listen to me carefully. The Lord, I fear him. If you do not fear the Most High God, the source creator, you are a fool at this point. This is the moment of truth, folks. And we're going to get into some other stuff. I told you, call out to him in your heart. It's very important right now. Those of you who are hearing this video, who know it's their time. Continue to pray. He has heard you, folks. The demon's going to be dealt with, okay? So, I'm going to say this one more time. We're going to get into the important thing. The great son, whom is my great mentor, honor great one. You have not paid him a dime, but you suppress other people with this power, and you have might with this power, so-called, right? In this fishbowl. And you leverage your authority over all of the citizens, and you do what you will, right? Right? You know that little saying y'all got. You about to get punched in the fucking mouth. Because the great son is giving you energy, folks. And let's see, I actually studied in my prayer, during intermediate times of prayer, I would go back and study your text, your literature, because I wanted to understand some things. The timelines. You know, all of the progressions of man. I noticed, I looked on there, and you had all of this bullshit. Y'all made sewing machines and all this dumb shit. And you had maybe like the moon landing, because it didn't happen. Because I know her. But you had that on there and some little footnote. See, I'm trying to show you that at this point, the gloves have come off. You're dealing with demons. Now, they'll talk these things, folks. I've seen these videos where they're talking about things that they've seen on the sun, and some came out today, and they'll say all of this stuff about UFOs. And what they're trying to make you do, folks, is they're trying to some kind of way make higher reality. They're trying to demonize higher reality, folks. But the best of you know that God's hand is swift, folks. These fools can do what they want. A narcissist is a fucking fool. To the very end, he will try to, the very hand that is holding his life, he will sit there and try to connive and do foolishness and try to fight God. The great ones are your ground. They are your air. They are your weapons. Now, you will watch, and I'm going to issue this to you guys. I'm tired of playing. And I got some more stuff. Any of you evil people, from this point forward, and this is said in the name of the Most High. I say his name in my mind. Y'all gonna get his name soon. I say your name, Lord. Any of you who have intentions in your heart, because the Lord has said it's evil. I just told you, he gave you a miracle, but you think it's a joke. So any of you out there in the world who have intentions in your heart on some great level, you great powers who are using the great son's energy, and you haven't paid him. And you've had fire for about, what, 1 million years? I've looked it up. About 1 million years. So more than that, but let's just say, just the way you tax people with interest and stuff, and how you do all of this stuff, because you're going to stop that. But we're going to get to that soon. Right now, any of you who threaten or use your might, as soon as you use your mighty weapons, they will be hurled back at you immediately. The Most High is holding this. He is holding your reality. I'm trying to give you something. This is to stop the wars, because you clearly couldn't get it together yourself. So just to show you as an exercise, if you're having a conflict, if you try to use your weapons in conflict, and in your heart, the intention, the evil that he's about to do away with, folks, I'm trying to help you. If you want to keep doing it, you're devils, I'm showing you. If you don't stop, as soon as you try to use these things in conflict, they will come back to you. Okay? Now, let's get this on. One more important thing. One more miracle, folks. I heard about something in Mexico where the lakes or oceans or rivers or something dried up. I didn't get to hear too much in the news feed. But that's something major, right? Because you reported it. You guys pay attention. They reported it, so they can't lie about it at this point. This will give you your proof. Okay? If you Burns do not stop charging people, or do not show some kind of outward sign that you're trying to make a effort to get rid of your evil, because we're trying to just separate right now. We're just trying to show who the demons are. You're not going to do it. And I'm just trying to show the people who are in higher salvation. I'm just trying to show them. These evil people was dealt to them, but I'm issuing something to them, folks. If they don't stop charging you or doing something that shows that they're corrupt or evil or greedy, because God sees it all. He sees your hearts. This is not external, folks. He's standing in your hearts. Listen to me. Then if you show some kind of grand gesture in the next week of saving people money and their power, and we'll get to other things in a minute, but just to show you something, then those rivers, right? Because you call my bluff, those rivers will come back, or whatever was missing in Mexico. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All of that water will come back. But you have to be willing to do something. You have to state it. And I have to see it on some level. I don't pay attention to the news, so it's going to have to be something I'm going to have to see. It's going to have to be major. You're going to have to show that you're willing to work with people. God is going to take that away anyway, but I'm just showing you folks. Just for your miracle. If you want to see it, do it. If you don't, then don't. Now, as a matter of fact, if you don't stop, then the Lord is going to do it anyway. Right? He's going to put that water back just to show you that he can do it. Now, if you don't listen after that, he's going to take the water away and a couple other things. And we'll get to that in the next video. Made this too long, folks. Listen up to what I said. Give your praise to God, okay? Call out in your heart to the Most High, the source, the creator of all life and all realities. He will answer you. He will give you his name. And it's just like a magic code word. The demons can't use his name, folks. So this is how I'm weeding it out. I'm showing you. If you don't believe it's your neighbor or your husbands or your wives or something, do this. Test me. If you think God is real and you know he's real, he is. Test me. I love bad behavior, but I love the reckoning. It's time, folks. Get ready for the next video, okay? Do what I said. You'll get your water in Mexico or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Go back and research. All right? Take care.